All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak. Say, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak. And we give double honors to our apostles and our elders, which is the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai.
Only be every 3 months out of every 3.
2025, man, we already getting things are happening. Things are about to change in Babylon, the hopeful year of our deliverance and the judgment and the destruction of Esau. So we see a lot of things are getting ready to come down the pike, especially with you women, especially with the women in Babylon that have been at ease, have been grown fat on the hog, pretty much, or the calf, have grown fat here, man. They've especially when it comes down to this food stamp program, child support, all these things, because. And why is Trump doing these things? It's really the elite. You know, they're closing shop. It's getting pushed towards that because you have to have the ordo ab chaos. So once you have these food cuts, these things, it's going to be easier to persuade the people to take this new system that's getting ready to come, because they're going to want all these goodies back. They're going to want all the benefits that they've been groomed and they've been structured to have for so long that they don't know how to live without it. Food stamps has been a staple in the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American community. Even Esau, a lot of Edomites are on it. A lot of Edomite women and even Edomite men that take food stamps, and they'll try to say that Jake is the one that's pretty much take advantage of these programs when Edomites take advantage of it too. But this main video here you're getting ready to see, they're already sending out letters to say if you're able-bodied and you can work, then you have to go to work, or you will only be able to receive food stamps for about 3 months. And I'll get that information here shortly. But we coming into some some beautiful times, man. All right, because those that have fanned their hand, they've fanned their hand at the truth. They've ignored the gospel, the good news. That's why it says, "Come and rest with us." All right, because you have to rest in the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who you are, and have faith in the coming of Yahushua and not the system. So those that are knee deep in this system, you're gonna pay. That's why it says, "Do hand join in hand." So let's go ahead and play this video. This is from the brother, servant of Yahushua, good Instagram page. Brother has a lot of good videos. So if you want to go watch them, definitely check them out. So let's play this video. Hold on.
Because Trump ain't playing, y'all. This was effective only almost immediately. I got this in the mail. If you're an able-bodied adult without dependents, you need to be working because you will not be receiving food stamps anymore. Okay? Yeah. And when you are eligible to receive these food stamps, it would only be every 3 months out of every 3 years. So within a 3-year period, 36 months, it would only be 9 out of those 36 months.
See that?
Yeah. Get a job. So Trump ain't playing, y'all. This was effective only almost immediately. I got this in the mail.
Yeah, you see, and then I looked up the article, and let's see here. Here we go. Here's the article right here. It says, according to federal law, all able-bodied adults without dependents, ABWDS, can only receive SNAP food stamp benefits for a maximum of 3 months within a 3-year period, unless they meet certain work requirements, meaning their food stamp benefits may be significantly reduced or cut if they are not actively working or participating in a work program. This is referred to as ABAWD time limit. And they've been doing this so periodically throughout the years, because I remember when I did employment services, I would have people come in just to say they had an interview and have us sign this paper just so they could continue to so-called be on food stamps. So these women have been gaming the system for a long time. I'm a personal witness to that. I employment services, I help people to find jobs. All right, so I would have to interview them, see what their qualifications are, and then help them be placed into a job or a program, or even if it's a day job, something that help them to get, yep. As soon as you want to do something, people call your phone, man. It's Satan. And it says, according to the federal law, all able-bodied adults without dependents, can only receive SNAP food stamps benefit for a maximum of 3 months within a 3-year period unless meeting certain work requirements, meaning that food stamps benefits may be significantly reduced or cut off if they are not actively working or participating in a work program. Like I said, you had these women that would come in and they would just get an interview. They would pretend like they wanted a job and they would get interviewed, and then they could use our reference as them actively looking for a job. That way they can continue to receive those food stamps. They got more in food stamps than certain of the jobs would pay, which is sometimes not the case. And on top of that, you'd have your own independence and to be able to buy your own food. But they were receiving so much food stamps that they would just come in and pretend that they were looking for a job just so we could sign their paper. And that happened multiple times. Okay, and then you had the same person coming in to do it again and again just to pretend that they were looking for a job, and we would offer them a job and they wouldn't take it. They would just act, they knew they would get in trouble if they openly said it, but they would play it in a way of, oh, I can't make it to the job, or I can't do it here, but can you sign this form to show that I actually had a job but I couldn't make it. So they didn't give us any space to write any kind of like dissertation or any kind of description of why. They would just pretty much have a sign and say that they had a job at X, Y, and Z, and the reason was they couldn't make it. But they've been gaming the system for a while, and then now you see the things that changing, man. All right, that woman got her that letter, and to show that she has to start looking for a job, man, or be actively looking for a job. And so they've been doing it under the program, but now they're being more strict on it. And it says, this is an article, it says Republican SNAP protocols could take food away from millions of low-income individuals and families. And this was January 13th. It says prominent Republican lawmakers and conservative think tanks have proposed cuts and other harmful policies changes on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, that could gain traction in Congress this year. These changes could not cut food assistance across the U.S., making it harder for millions of people to buy the groceries they need to eat a healthy diet. SNAP is our nation's most effective and important tool to fight hunger, reaching over 40 million children, parents, older adults, disabled people, workers, and other low-income people each month. Or about 1 in 8 people in the U.S., that's a lot of people right there, 1 in 8, including 1 in 5 children, research. And what is that? That's these women. That's these women. They have all these benefits and these things that are given to them that make it easier for them to live the life that they're living now. That's why they say they don't need a man. They have a man, and that man is the government. Okay, that's their man, because it's at the end of the day, a man is providing for them, and roundabout, because what men hold the higher positions or have more of the higher paying jobs access to, so men are paying those taxes, not like the corporation. So you got a lot of men that are bringing in those taxes, which are funding these programs. Ergo, men are providing for them anyway. They said they don't need a man, but you technically need a man, because if men weren't paying into the system, you wouldn't have the funds available to go ahead and pull from these programs, and these programs wouldn't exist. Okay, because they're used from taxation. And what do you think? Men are a huge part of the workforce. Okay, that's why these times are changing. All these things are happening in the spirit, because it's coming to the time of Jacob's trouble. What do you think is going to happen when they can't provide for their so-called families? They already sell cat, and that's been happening for a long time. So they've been doing that, collecting food stamps, and gaming men. So those days are coming to an end, man. All right. It says improve health and education, economy outcomes, and the lower medical costs for participants. It also supports workers in low-paid jobs and has ripple effects in the economy overall and in individual communities as SNAP benefits are redeemed in stores across the U.S. They even had them at gas stations because it's profitable. You know, it's profitable. Now they can use it on gas stations, use it on certain things, pull money out of it. So it's easier for them to play that role of I don't need a man, or not to be dependent on a man, or not to be committed to a family atmosphere. Okay, because some of these benefits, if you have a man in the house, you won't be able to receive it, especially when it comes to Section 8 All right. It says, despite SNAP's demonstrating effectiveness, some Republican policymakers are reportedly considering activating harmful SNAP protocols in Congress this year that would take food benefits away from families with low income and increase food security and poverty. This could include policies sought by President Trump during his first term, as well as proposals for key Republican lawmakers. The Republican Study Committee (RSC) budget plan and the Heritage Fund Project 2025 agenda that would cut future benefits for all 40 million participants, including 1 in 5 children in the U.S., and SNAP benefits increasingly adequate to afford a healthy diet over time by restricting future updates to the Tariff Food Plan (TFP). The basis of SNAP benefits, or immediately slashing benefits for all participants more deeply by rolling back the recent TFP revision. Next, take food away from people living in areas that with sufficient jobs, older adults up to age 65, parents of school-age children, veterans, people experiencing homelessness. And that's what you see, veterans. That's why the scriptures say a man of war that suffereth poverty. The Most High, just these things alone are a part of the judgment that's coming down on Babylon. It's because what did it say about Sodom and Gomorrah? And I'll pull that precept here shortly. But the main thing besides having the blood of the Negro, Latino, Native American, the economical, the way that Esau's run, the false balances, all these things are part of the judgment that's coming down the line. It says veterans, people experiencing homelessness, and youth who have aged out of foster care by expanding SNAP existing harsh, effective work requirements. So you got to be looking for a job, okay? So let's go here. What does it say? Didn't strengthen the hands of the poor. Check this out. This is Ezekiel, and this is one I love bringing this out so often. Ezekiel 16:49, and it says, "Behold, this was the iniquity of the sister of Sodom: pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness, which we see in America, was in her and in her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy." So this is when these things start coming down, the austere measures, all these things are going to lead to the end and the judgment that's coming down the pipe. NLT, Sodom's sin was pride, gluttony, and laziness, while the poor and needy suffered outside her doors. Tell me that ain't on point. Tell me that ain't on point. Amplified Bible, behold, this was the sin of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters, outlying cities, okay, just like you see the states of America today, had arrogance, abundant of food. Every day the waste, how much food is wasted and thrown away in Babylon is astronomical. Abundant food and careless ease, same thing with these women, but she did not help the poor and needy. Let's show you how much food is thrown. Let's show you. In the United States, 30 to 40% of the food supply is wasted. Check that fucking out. Which is equivalent to billions of pounds of food. Billions of pounds of food. But you'll have people say, oh, God don't love people. How could he have poor and poverty and hunger? They don't got no hunger. 40% of the food is thrown away that you can feed everybody. If everybody can eat. Everybody can eat more than what they need. But it's called profit. That's where you pay so much for a certain product, because they have waste figured in that. Because the amount of product that they're going to waste, they have to sell the product they do have that's good for a higher amount. That way they can equal out the waste of it that they're wasting, because they don't want to give it to you for free, or they want to just feed you, because then the price would be brought down lower and they wouldn't make as much money. That's what this is a wicked place, man. It says, which is equivalent to billions of pounds of food This food waste has significant environmental and social impact. So them throwing it away is even hurting the nation, besides them giving it to people to let them eat and still be able to make money, but they want to make the most amount of money and people are hungry. That's why Ezekiel said that the sins of Sodom. This is more proof that this is Sodom and Gomorrah coming back in the reincarnation, because Revelation says Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified, okay, crossed out. It says customer uncertainty. It says consumers often throw away food that is near its use by or best before date because they are unsure of what the date means. Let's see. Buy, rest. Let's see how many restaurants. It says in the United States, restaurants throw away an estimated 22 to 33 billion pounds of food each year. This is about $25 billion worth of food. Food waste in restaurants, significant problem in the U.S. It's estimated that 85% of unused food is restaurants is thrown away. Only a small percentage of unused food is recycled or donated. So see, food waste from restaurants make up 15% of all food in landfills. Fucking crazy, man. Now let's read it again. Now we know that information. Ezekiel 16 and 49 again. Let's read it in the Amplified. But behold, this was the sin of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters' outlying cities had arrogance, abundant food, and careless ease, but she did not help the poor and needy. So they can donate about $25 billion worth of food. Every city of homeless people would be eating like kings. They wouldn't be hungry people. If these restaurants said at the end of the day, they already made what they made, and let's give out to the poor. Y'all line up. We'll make out the bags, and you can eat this. There go. You have food, and we don't waste this food. But they don't give a fuck. They throw it away, man. They throw it away. So what do you think the Lord is going to, just like he judged Sodom and Gomorrah, he's going to judge this place accordingly. It's more than the fucking freakery that goes on here. That alone can get it destroyed. But on top of that, you add this wastefulness. That's what it is. It's pure wastefulness, greed. That's why it says the love of money is the root of all evil. They love money so much that they won't even give hungry people. Making money is better than to see somebody fed and nourished. If you ain't got the money, you ain't getting fed. They're fucking heartless, man. That's why if you take a mark for this place, you're taking it for a heartless, degenerate, wicked, evil place that doesn't give a fuck about anything but a fucking dollar. And they don't even spend it on anything constructive. But you have these people, how dare these people say, oh, God is unloving God. He don't provide for everything. He provides more than enough, man. There's more than enough to go around. You have a wicked ass people ruling it by the way of these Edomites, that all they want is a dollar. A dollar, a dollar, a dollar. Money, money, money. Mammon, okay? Okay, this is to prove that. Now, let's go to you women that are at ease. The food stamp program is getting affected. You're going to have to get a job. And they also talk of the tax credit if you got your man on child support. All them things are coming to an end because Trump is being moved by the Holy Spirit, man. It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. See? So he's not moving himself. Look at this. Watch this. This is Proverbs 21 and 1. It says the king's heart is like a stream of water directed by the Lord. He guides it wherever he pleases. So who's moving Trump in the direction that he's being moved in? Yahweh Shem Shai is moving him, man. He's not moving himself. He's being moved. He's being led to go to the places that he's being led to, all right? To fulfill prophecy and to move forward the goal line towards Jacob's trouble and the bringing in of this new system, okay? So this is Isaiah 32 and 9, because these women that have been careless, those days are coming to an end, man. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 9. It says, listen, you women who lie around in ease, listen to me. You who are so smug. Now let's look up. Let's look up what the word smug means. Smug. Smug means being too pleased or satisfied with something you know or have achieved. It can also mean being complacent or self-righteous. For example, you might describe someone as having a smug grin. Smug, self-satisfied, content, holier than thou, hypocritical, pious, self-righteous. See? That's what these women walk around with, that look of they can't do wrong, and they feel that they're higher than need be. They're all 10. They might be a 5, but they consider themselves a 10. All these wayward thinkings that these women are doing, hey, it's coming to an end, man. See, that's what the scriptures is telling you. Read it one more time. It says, let's go in the Amplified. Rise up, you women who are carefree, and hear my voice, you confident and unsuspecting daughters. Listen to what I'm saying. See, it's coming to an end. So let's go and read 10. It says, in a short time, just a little more than a year, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care, for your fruit crops will fail. What is fruit crops? Can go into SNAP, food benefits. See, fruit crops will fail and your harvest will never take place. Tremble, you women of ease, throw off your complacency, strip off your pretty clothes, and put on burlaps to show your grief. Beat the breast and beat the breast in sorrow for your bountiful farms and your fruitful grapevines, for your land will be overgrown with thorns and briars. Your joyful homes and happy towns will be gone. The palaces and cities will be deserted, and busy towns will be empty. Wild donkeys will frolic, and flocks will graze in the empty forts and watchtowers, because this place is about to be thrown down, man. Okay? It's about to be thrown down. This is a precept. This is Amos 6 and 1. Woe to those at ease in Zion, those secure on Mount Moriah, and distinguished ones of the foremost nations, to whom the house of Israel comes. So the times of ease and lackadaisical living is coming to an end, because Jacob's trouble is around the corner. We in it. We're impartial of it. We're coming to the time where all these benefits, all these things that have been cherished and have been uplifted, they're going to be brought down. They would say there's going to be a cry for wine in the streets. Zephaniah 1 and 12, it says, and at that time I will search Jerusalem with lamps and punish the men settled on their complacency, who say to themselves, the Lord will do nothing, neither good or bad. And that's times are coming to an end. Even Jake men, all right? Because you got a lot of men that have been raised by these women, that they're used to seeing women live that easy life. And that's why men don't want to work. They don't believe in a good work ethic. Men teach their sons that work ethic. A king teaches a son how to be a king. A woman can't teach a son how to be a king. She's not a king. She don't know the mannerisms, the way a king moves and conducts himself. All right. You got a lot of these dudes now. You got women calling them king. It ain't no king. Kings is more than a word, man. It's a way of conducting yourself. It's having a integrity, having ethic, work ethic. Okay. Because if you see your father, and I was blessed to have my father in my life, and I didn't know at the time he was going through the curses. And now I look in hindsight, it makes sense. The hardships and things that he went through and the way that he was, the curses were on him. He was an Israelite. Okay. But now we seeing that these soft beta males that have been raised by these women, that have been taught to not work hard for something. That's why robberies is prevalent in young Jakes. That's why it says they shall bring forth monsters. These men don't know how it is to work for something and go out there and strap up your boot heels. But these women have taught these men to be easy, to let things come easy. And then when they go out to the world as a man, because they're not a woman, so they don't have those benefits that they watch their moms have, They don't know how to conduct themselves. They don't know how to live life. So everything has to be easy and given to them, quick money. Okay? Those days are coming to an end. So I'm going to leave it there. Lord willing, is that a final lesson? With that, I say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakorash. Until the next time, I say, Shalom, and more, and I'll never keep faith. Shalom.